Alrighty, and I believe that we are live. Welcome to the February QGIS Open Day. I'm super excited to have the local organizing committee for the QGIS user conference for this year, for 2023. With me, they're going to be announcing and sort of taking us through what's going to be happening at the conference, showing us some of the schedule, and just introducing themselves as the organization committee. So I'm super excited just to get to know what's going to be happening this year, where it's happening, what's scheduled, and I really encourage everyone out there to get involved. If you have something to show off, please apply for a session. And yeah, I'm really interested to see what's going on with the conference. So I'm going to hand over to Raymond, who's going to start us off, and then I think the committee will just introduce themselves, and then we'll dive straight into it. So over to you, Raymond.
Thank you, Amy. Yes, we are really busy in organizing the conference. It's a lot of work. I didn't really realize when we started it in November, December, pretty late for a conference in April. But I think everyone is working really hard, and it's going to work out. I'd like to first introduce the local organizing committee members who are, I think, everyone is a member of the QGIS user group in the Netherlands. Let's start with Rosa.
Thank you, Raymond. Yeah, my name is Rosa Aguilar, and I've been involved with QGIS first as a translator and then as a documenter. Now I'm happy to help with as a local organization committee of the conference, and I'm happy to welcome you in Seto.
Thank you. Very well pronounced. Yes, the location of the conference is Seto, which is a town in the Netherlands, and it's really hard to pronounce. I think for people, especially not living in the Netherlands or not being born in the Netherlands. Next is Aaron.
Hi, I'm Aaron. I'm a self-employed GIS professional and a QGIS enthusiast, and I help mainly with the website.
Thank you. Moving to Hans.
Hi, I'm Hans van der Kwast. I'm a board member of QGIS NL and happy to also help out in organizing this fantastic event, and looking forward to see many of you in Sertogenbos.
Thank you, Hans. It was really hard to hear you. It was very not the volume could be a bit more up maybe, but I could hear you. Eric.
Hi, I'm Eric. I'm also one of the organizers, of course, here in the local organizing committee. I do the FOSS4G events in the Netherlands, and for this beautiful conference, the QGIS conference. Yes, love it. There's just one thing. Some of us in the Netherlands don't say Sertogenbos because it's a way too difficult name. So we made it easy, and we just say Den Bosch. Den Bosch. That makes it a lot easier. If you say Den Bosch, everybody knows what you mean.
Okay, thank you.
Oh yeah, by the way, for the conference, I'll be the at the conference itself. I'll be the person to go to if anything goes wrong. So I'm the disaster manager.
So you're pretty useless, I guess, because
of
course nothing will go wrong.
Yeah, of course, everything will go splendid. Yeah.
Yes. Jeroen.
Yes, hi, welcome. My name is Jeroen. I'm the treasurer for the Dutch QGIS user group, and as such involved with this user conference.
Thank you. Yeah, I just want to tell a bit about the conference. We shared the talk a little bit, so I will also ask a few others to tell a bit. We were pretty late in organizing this because we only knew in November that we were going to try this, and in December we found a location. So there were only 4 months left to organize everything. The location is an old factory building that is now a shared office. They're currently still working on it. The main conference room is an old factory hall, and it's really dirty now, and it looks cool with the crane in it, but it has to be cleaned and isolated and everything. And they're working on it right now. So should be finished in time, and also really hard for us to, for example, count how many chairs really fit in such a large place. So we calculated a little bit as far as we could, and we should be able to go up to 200 participants. The conference website shows a few pictures of the venue, so maybe it's nice to share the screen. Let me try. This one, share. Maybe for the URL.
Awesome, I can see you really nicely.
Let me, yes, this is the online version, so the URL will be the right one. This is the venue, this is the old office building. And here in the attic, which is really huge, we have the room where we will have the contributor meeting, which is the 4 last days, or let's say the 4 days after the official conference. The conference is 18th and 19th of April, and then 20th till 23rd is the contributor meeting, which we normally call the Hackvest. So that keeps on popping up in my mind when I'm saying it. And the first day of that of the meeting, let me see, that is the 20th of April, which is the so-called onboarding day. Because we know from the past that many people being in the conference, they want also to participate in the contributor meeting to help develop QGIS and making QGIS better. They don't know really what to do or how things work. So we have the first day with many workshops that are teaching you how to translate QGIS, how to compile QGIS, how to write documentation in different ways. And also, I think it's a nice day to know these QGIS community people that are around and to hang out with them. The conference is still waiting for speakers and talks and workshops to come. I think Rosa is going to tell a bit about the schedule. The schedule is now like this. It's just workshops, presentations. We also have one room with Birds of a Feather, which is a kind of informal meeting with people that have the same interest and sharing knowledge together, discussing things. Can be anything. We will also keep a few of these slots open, and so it's possible to during the conference still pick a slot and sit together with some people you meet during lunch or the drinks or whatever, and have an hour, spend an hour together to discuss whatever about QGIS. Yeah, that's, I think, kind of what I have to say. Let's move to Rosa, and she should be able to tell a bit about the presentation that have already been coming in, and we still have to decide which one we are going to pick and schedule. Rosa.
Yes, thank you, Raymond. Can you scroll a bit the website so we can also just mention that we already have received a very interesting proposal for workshops, for talks, and as you mentioned, as Raymond mentioned, we are also giving a space for an unconference part. Let's see, have this space for talking, for networking, and I'm really excited because perhaps those that don't know the story, in 2020 we were trying to organize the contributor meeting in Den Bosch, and then something happened and we couldn't do it because of Corona and so on. So now we are back 3 years later, but with with a part of the contributor meeting, also the conference. And these are some of the workshops that we have received proposals, presentation and workshops. For example, a masterclass in QGIS expressions, interesting cases about warming data, how to exploit warming data, how to use QGIS for climate change. Offshore, there are some interesting workshops that we have received, like QGIS expressions, QGIS for hydrological applications, QField for cloud, or QField cloud, sorry, and the space to get to know people with common interests, how to move forward and exploit QGIS in different fields, like education, or just go for the specific group of people that they want to have a specific conversation, and we are giving a space for that in the Birds of a Feather. So that's what I want to say. Also, that we are still open receiving presentation and proposals and workshop proposals. The deadline is 1st of March, so be quick. And we are looking forward.
How can people go about giving it, like, putting their talks in?
There is a link in Become a Speaker, and then you go there and then you submit your proposal. And here we are being kind of flexible. So this is a very general call, let's say. People can show, for example, can submit a presentation, maximum 30 minutes, or workshop, or even a discussion. And then we can give, we're giving a space, like, okay, you want to talk for 50 minutes or 30 minutes, or the duration of 60, 120, 180 is for workshops. Talks are maximum 30 minutes. They can submit here the proposal, and that's it. It's quite simple.
Brilliant, thanks.
Thank you, Rosa. I have nothing to add. I think it's just that. So we are still in the process of figuring out what will be scheduled. Eric, you can tell something about subscriptions.
Well, tickets. Yeah, tickets. Lovely thing. Let's have a look at the tickets page as well. You can get your tickets from the website. There's an Eventbrite subpage here. Basically, our ticket sales, as you can see, they're 200 euros for the user conference. Let me make absolutely clear, this is for the user conference only. So for the first 2 days, the contributor meeting or Hackvest is, well, as usually, it's free of cost, of course. But the user conference, this is where we got quite a bit of expenses for. There are nearly no exceptions on tickets. We expect everyone to buy their own ticket. Even Raymond and we as the other local organizing committee members, we bought our tickets. There is no exception there. There's perhaps one for keynote speaker, but otherwise everyone buys their ticket. So we have a level playing field here. As you can see, there's a last chance ticket. We expect everyone to get their early bird ticket, which is quite late, actually. It's up to, I think, the end of March. So that's only 2.5 weeks in advance. So that is I would say that it says early bird, but it's a regular ticket. The last chance really is an extra, because we have to, in the last 2 weeks, we have to change arrangements for food and drink and whatever. So let's get everyone on an early bird ticket. Did I forget anything, Raymond?
Yeah, maybe by the dinner. What, when and what and where?
Oh yes, the where. Well, that's a bit depending on how many dinner tickets will be sold. We will have an excellent venue for the dinner. We have a few options, but it depends on the number of tickets. And what we're going to do is make probably make smaller groups so that we're not having a 100-person dinner at one location, but we'll make smaller groups, and we'll make sure that there's someone from the local organizing committee with every group, so that we can mingle a bit and have in a well, I would say a normal size group, have good conversations with each other. Because if you have if half of everyone is buying a dinner ticket and we all should go to one location, I mean, that would be like immensely weird.
Yeah, also it's not really useful to be together with 100 or something in one location. It's really to prevent that people would, being forced to have dinner alone because not knowing anyone around. Yeah.
But also, so let me make clear again: if you're coming to the Hackvest, the contributor meeting, and you also want to come to the user conference, please get your ticket for the user conference.
Yes, thank you.
It's valid for tickets. Yeah.
Aaron, you should tell something about the website. As QGIS people, we're all desktop guys. So we struggle a bit getting the website online.
So on the website, I mean, there are two things, right? The website itself and content, and we enrich all of these as we go. So you can expect regularly updated kind of speaker and schedule as we know more information. And the other thing we want to do is that if you go on logistics, that's a menu item, it's a menu point in on the website. Then you get the info on how to get to the Netherlands, really how to get there, and then also a bit about the city itself. But the idea is that we would enrich this, maybe even take it into 2 pages. One is about getting to the country, getting to the city, and the other one should be kind of more of a city guide. We want to put up some points of interest so people who don't have connections or don't know anyone can still have fun and discover the city with some interesting maybe bar or restaurant recommendations and so on. There are some hotel recommendations already. I think those are for a specific reason, so those are set. By the way, if you have not, sorry for sidestepping, but if you have not booked a hotel, please do that, because they are not cheap to begin with, and I think it will only get more expensive if you wait. But yeah, I think, did I miss anything, Raymond, which concerns the website in terms of what's to come?
Well, if I might add, Andreas in the chat on YouTube said already that 3 out of the 4 hotels that are on this site are already booked.
Are full.
Oh wow! Okay,
fully booked. So we need to add a few others.
These are already. I wrote to I think 8 hotels and the larger ones, and these are the ones who replied me, and they said that they could try to keep rooms free and everything. I think that then this one should still be available. It's pretty large, and so I hope so. But Seto is an old town. People like to go there for weekend for shopping or whatever, hanging out. So especially on the weekend, it's pretty full and expensive. But if that is the problem, please let me know, because I can try to look for other options, maybe even a bit further away or whatever. And Tim, I know, is going to stay at campsite, which is also an option. It's pretty tricky in April. It can be really nice and warm weather, and also, I don't know, freezing still, maybe during the night. So can be anything in the Netherlands. Yeah, but it is an option.
So if you're camping, be prepared.
Another thing about the website is the contributor meeting.
Raymond, sorry, perhaps is to clarify that with these hotels, there's a specific discount. So there are there are more options, but available in booking, for example.
Of course, yes, you can just, the booking is on the, it's mentioned here. I don't know which three are already full. Maybe Andreas can tell us. It's especially the weekend thing is full. I think on weekdays during the user conference should still be no problem.
The den
Yeah.
still has place, says Andreas.
Yes, I think that's what I expect, and it's really nearby. It's like a walking distance from the venue, so it's I think it's nice. Now I forgot what I wanted to tell. I think about the contributor meeting because it doesn't have a website. Normally we use a wiki page on GitHub. So if you want to subscribe for the contributor meeting, you go to that wiki page. There's a link over here, and then you just end up in a more nerdy way of presentation, an event. It's this, and it shows all there's a table with all the participants. So this is where you can put your name and details, and then we know that you're coming. If you go there and you want to use any workshop, participate in any workshop, put your name in the tables over here. Not many people have done that. Actually, only one. But I will ask every participant if they would like to go to them later on. Yeah, that's it. Anything more to add, Hans or Jeroen, maybe?
I have one thing. I think maybe we could expand a bit on what is the point of the contributor meeting and what we are looking for to achieve there. Let's say you're a new member, you maybe don't know whether you want to contribute to QGIS. Is this for you, or is this rather when you already know you want to contribute but you don't know how, and so on?
That's a good idea, and since you are mentioning it, I think you can.
Yeah, I felt that ball coming back to me, so that's fine. Yeah, so I mean, so what the idea here is that we want to introduce and kind of quickly bring up to speed new people who want to contribute but not yet contributed or don't know exactly how, because we felt that there are a few things why we need an onboarding meeting for, because some people feel like you need to be a coding god or goddess to contribute to QGIS. Absolutely not, really. However, one thing is important, that no matter how you contribute with some text or a bug fix or some really complicated but small piece of code that fixes something beautiful, no matter what, the collaboration tool you will use is Git and GitHub. You don't have to be a coding god, but you have to be at least comfortable or willing to pick that up quickly. And I think what you can do to prepare, if you know that you want to contribute but don't know how, is to just maybe go to the QGIS GitHub page if you have not done that. Look at how that looks like. What are those menu items? Maybe watch a YouTube video about Git and GitHub, how it works. You can also do a lot of things on the GitHub website itself. You can also use Git on the command line. But the important thing is that you kind of try to bring yourself up to speed as much as you do, and we do the rest. But you're helping us and you're helping yourself by being proactive.
All right, thank you. Amy, you were in your first user conference last summer in Italy. Can you add anything to the vibe, or
Yeah,
what was
absolutely. It was really a fantastic experience, and I did, as Aaron was saying, I was a little nervous that perhaps I wouldn't be able to contribute anything because I'm not a hardcore coder. I'm very definitely more ooh, this is pretty cartography kind of person. But I absolutely love, the QGIS community, and I kind of found a niche into which I could contribute, and that was starting to look at creating and wireframing a new website for QGIS, kind of, a rebrand, making it look, super slick and professional. And we're still working on that. I'm sure Tim, who will be attending the user conference, will catch you all up on that. Unfortunately, I can't attend this one on account of getting married. I can't really miss that one. So I just had an absolutely fantastic experience, and I really encourage everybody, even if you are new to QGIS, but you just want to get involved in the community, get to know how you can contribute as a translator, as a document writer, as even a website, maintainer, etc. You can do all of those things. I mean, of course, we need great coders and we need people who can bug fix and code specific parts. Of course we do, but that is maybe, half the number of people that we need. So yeah, I encourage everyone who can make it to go. It's a great experience, and also just to learn from the people who have been there for a very long time. I mean, I've only really been in the QGIS world for like 2.5 years now, and there are people that have been, building QGIS from day one, and it's amazing to be able to learn from those people.
All right, thank you. And I think it's nice to meet everyone in person, because we all meet so often online, and then suddenly you are just in the room with everyone, and meeting the real Amy, for example. That was really funny. Everyone knew you because of these videos.
It was great to meet people and just sort of understand what an impact things have. If you do develop a piece of technology, or if you are on the open day, people come up to you and say, hey, I saw you on this. Or like Hans had a couple of great sessions and people are like, oh, I saw that open day session, or I saw your YouTube video. So it's really great to have that personal interaction, that sort of meet in the flesh.
Yeah. Raymond, may I add something about the contributors meeting and maybe the user conference as well? It's not just about coding or translating or doing stuff with the computer. It's also about discussions about development, roadmap, ideas of where to go to with QGIS in the next coming years. It's also about how to, be a community, how to get everyone involved. So if you have any ideas about that or want to discuss this with other developers and other people who are passionate about QGIS, then that's the place to be at the contributors meeting and at the user conference as well. So maybe there's also a talk or a presentation or a workshop at the user conference that's about these topics, about how to build a community or better build a community, or get funding, or things that are not related to IT specifically.
Yes, thank you. That's true. Yeah, one more thing I want to mention is that for the Hackvest, which was actually 3 years ago and didn't happen, we already had a few sponsors, and they were just like mentioned here, which is it's more like sponsoring, not really to get exposure, but more to fund the development of QGIS. That way they ended up in this list, but because there's the user conference now as well, we also put all the sponsors over here. The contributor meeting is paid by the sponsor. That's why it's free for people to come. You get your coffee, you get your internet, you get your pizzas and things like that. It's not super fancy. We will just go out to the supermarket and get lunch. There might be a dinner. Normally there is, but that is, it's kind of paid by the sponsors, and it's really nice. We're still open to have a few more sponsors, to have maybe not margarita pizzas, but something else on it. But just let me know if you want to become a sponsor. I think this is it. Are there any questions? Amy or Eric, you were watching the YouTube channel?
Yeah, there was about the workshops. Lena asked about the workshops. Rosa gave some examples, but to clear things up, Rosa, are those examples, or are those the ones that are actually already there?
They're already there. We have a few more, just our examples. I mean, we have a very nice, rich list of proposals.
Excellent. But we could still use a few more, I guess.
Yes, that's what I was replying in the YouTube channel, that we are still open. We would love to see more proposals, and we will make the best effort to arrange to accommodate more.
Lovely.
Ooh, an expressions masterclass sounds like a winner. In fact, they all sound amazing.
Yeah.
I'm just reading them off of the the chat. I'm sure everyone who's on the YouTube channel can see the chat. But I think, getting started with Pi, QGIS, field data collection, they really, topical things and super useful even for people outside of, hardcore GIS. A lot of friends of mine are actually using, mergent maps and QField, etc., for data collection for botany and biology and geology. So I think these are really, really topical and great workshops to attend.
Lovely.
Yes.
Definitely.
You should go there, Amy. It's a matter of priorities, no? So you can learn about QGIS expressions.
Oh, by the way,
Totally.
Amy, you said that Tim was also attending the user conference?
He did mention this, yes.
Yes, because as a master of ticket sales, I haven't seen him yet.
I'll remind him.
Most people going to the user conference have not bought a ticket for or going to the contributor meeting have not bought a ticket for the user conference. But we can send them an email and explain. And maybe they're watching this and then they know and they'll subscribe right now. Yes.
This is your reminder to buy your ticket.
Exactly.
Any more questions?
I just get a lot of, people are quite excited that, this is happening. There's a lot of chat going on in the live chat, and I just want to thank everyone for being involved. And also, it's great to see such a diversity of people getting involved. We have someone from South Sudan, from Japan, from, all over the world. I think that's amazing. And I think one of the goals for QGIS is for it to be, this diverse community that contributes towards it. So it's really exciting to see that part of things growing. And I think that can maybe be one of the discussions in the contributor meeting, and is, we've gotten off to a great start with it, but how can we continue to, include members from all over the world and get contributions from such a wide variety of people?
Yes, it's really cool. Yeah. So please subscribe and please come over and please put any talk there. I really hope everyone who's attending will also bring something and not just come over to learn. So yeah. Thank
Brilliant
you.
stuff.
I think that's it.
All right. So thank you to the organization committee. This has been such a great session, and I really enjoyed, just stepping through the website, seeing exactly where to get everything, seeing where to view everything. I encourage everyone to go and buy your tickets. If you have a really cool workshop or a talk that you are considering submitting, please do so. We're always very excited to get such a wide variety of talks and just, learn from each other. That's the point of being a community. So if there are no more questions in the live chat, I think we will bring this to an end. Raymond, would you just like to, for one last session, just show the URL for the website and perhaps where to go to submit a talk so that everyone is clear on how to do those things?
Yes. Well, it's still here, right? So I think is the URL, is it too small?
For me, it's teeny tiny, but I'm sure people can see it if they full screen.
Yes.
Raymond, this is the dev version.
The dev, yes.
Oh, it's the dev version. Wait, I'm sorry. It's the wrong one, even. Here's the Spanish version. I don't know. Somehow I lost
section.
Wait, I'll type it.
Go back.
But it's very simple. It's UC 2023. So for user conference 2023.qgs.nl for Netherlands.
The thing is, if you go to QGIS, which is a nice piece of software that most of these people will probably have installed, then you just double click on the news item and you'll get to the website. I think is the best way to go there.
Fantastic. That makes life really easy. Awesome. Brilliant.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, everybody. Please remember there is a second session today that is going to be really exciting with a person from Canada who will be coming in and telling us all about directional linear network. So definitely, if that is driving you crazy, join in for that session. We're all going to learn a lot. And that is, of course, at 3 o'clock UTC time. So check out the wiki to make sure that you're there at the right time, and I encourage everyone to come and watch the next session of Open Day. Just leaves for me to thank the organizational committee. Thank you all for being here and showing us what's up and coming. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Alrighty.